Ready to go live.
Yo, Hear Me Out podcast, and we are your hosts. I'm Avery here with my co-host Leland, and this
Yo.
is episode number 31 of the podcast. What's going on, Leland? What's on the docket for this week, man?
Yeah, cuz man, it's been how you doing, bro? It's been a little minute
Oh
since
yeah,
we've been on. A lot of life stuff happening.
it has.
Illness, birthdays.
True.
Avery's the big 3-0.
Big 3-0
Uh
now, y'all.
so it's just a lot of traveling and stuff like that, man. But for today, man, we got
Definitely.
a good episode today, man. We talking a lot about winning,
Winning.
losing,
Mm-hmm.
championships,
Sports.
games, sports, a little bit of TV. So
Okay.
it's gonna be a good episode, man. I think this is gonna be a good one,
For
and I'm
sure.
looking forward to it, bro.
For sure. For sure.
So you know, guys, how we start always. We always start with a would you rather.
Okay.
The lovely Ashley, what you got for us this week? All right.
All right. So, would you rather make it to the championship game and get blown out horribly, or lose in the final minutes after being up the entire game?
This
That's
is
tough.
this is what I was thinking of here with making it to the championship game, right? All right. So say it's a Super Bowl or something like that. You
Okay.
got 2 weeks in between the AFC and NFC championship games until you hit to the Super Bowl. And so you have a lot of press, a lot of media and stuff like that. It's
Right.
almost like this. This is where I can, as I'm thinking about this question, it's almost like, would you rather be embarrassed short term, maybe, or long term almost? So I feel like if you get blown out, people will be like, dang, son, that's tough. Like, say, I think what was it? The Super Bowl with the Broncos versus the Panthers, where it was like 40 something to 12 or something crazy. Where it's like they had just no chance. So it's gonna be like that's wild. Or if you lose in the final minutes, it's gonna be like forever. Even you be on your deathbed talking about that jump, like, bro, back in 23, son, we had it, son. We had it. You know what I'm saying?
So I
Go
mean,
ahead.
all right. So it's a tough one because you're looking at two different perspectives, right?
Okay,
It's you losing no matter what. So it's
for
not gonna
sure,
feel good, no matter how you
for
slice it.
sure.
The question is, like, I guess what I'm saying is almost like what it says about your team. If you go
Okay,
out there and get blown out, maybe you just outclassed.
bro, that was better than that, son. It's like I seen like Shumpert, I think, talk about that too when the Warriors. I think I seen an interview with the Warriors came. He was like, once they got KD, he was like, bro, listen, that's it, son. That's all they wrote. We can't
I
beat these
mean, they
guys.
good. Like, there's something to be said about the other team.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh, like, man, they got us. Or I mean, that's not always the case too. That the
True.
game will tell you the story. Like, if y'all let off the gas, I remember that one year. Like you said, it was like the Panthers
Mm-hmm.
when they was in the Super Bowl. Man, I was like, man, everybody was like, oh, keep pounding. The whole city was on swole. I was like, yeah, and they just came out so flat. It was like like they didn't even play up to their potential, so it felt worse because it was like, man,
True.
like y'all didn't even give yourselves a chance. So there is that piece of it, but at the same time, like I feel like while you might be haunted, you're not going to be embarrassed to lose, to choke the game away as much. Like
Especially if you're not the one making the play, though. You know what I'm saying? If you're not the one that, like,
the whole team.
got the ball stripped from you, or you missed 3 free throws, like,
It's football, and it was the
yeah.
defense fault.
You know when Grant Williams said that in the playoffs, what Grant Williams say? I'm gonna make both, and he missed both of them joints, the free throws. And they like you coming through. You know what I'm talking? That was this playoffs, wasn't it? When he said that, he was talking trash, and he said, "I'm gonna make both." He missed both of them joints, saying, if you choke the game away, you can be like, "Bro, listen, son, it's just, hey yo, like for instance,
clearly we was better.
Yeah, but like for instance, like Paul George, as long as you don't hit the side of that back, that's really the shot that people remember him hitting the side of that backboard. If you didn't hit the side of that backboard and they still choked that lead away, be like, man, I just don't know what happened. But the fact that he hit the side of the backboard, it's like, nah, that's the play. It's the same thing with Jonah Beat and Ben Simmons when they asked him after the game, what do you think turned it? When Ben turned up that layup, when he passed up that layup, I think that's what cost us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
as long as you don't have a moment like that, you can't really you can disperse the team loss amongst people. Like, bro, none of us, we couldn't get a stop, we couldn't hit a shot. You know what I'm saying? They was going crazy. You can disperse it a little better.
So what do you pick?
All right. But bro, getting blown out, there's like, I'm just thinking, like, right? People talk about when they make the playoffs or we make the Super Bowl, they get friends and family, people from all over texting them. If you get blown out, now it's gonna be like it's embarrassing. Like you get beat by 40, 50 years.
It's a disappointing. Like, all right, it's almost like
You can't even say, yo, keep your head up, son. Y'all try. You
getting
can't send that you try
getting,
text off. Like y'all
getting,
tried hard, man.
getting blown out is more disappointing.
Yeah.
Like the whole like game, like basically to externally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's a harder loss externally to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Losing the game, choking the game away is a harder loss internally.
True.
Like, bro, it was in our hands. Like, that was our moment. We just let it slip out. We didn't do the thing. Like, that's gonna haunt you forever.
I agree. It's just like I said, then because I'm thinking, say you get blown out, right? All them family friends has been hitting you up like, "Yo, congrats on making the Super Bowl, congrats on making the finals." Like, what they gonna say if you get blown out? You can't be like, "Yo, man, next year," like especially if it's like a palpable gap. Like, you can't be like, "Yo, next year," say y'all can. You can be like,
I mean, think about this at the NBA finals. Like, you get swept handedly.
Yeah,
like.
You know what I'm saying? But if you lose close, people will be like, "Bro, y'all had it, son." People will feel more comfortable texting like, "Bro, dang, that was but right there." So y'all was right there, son.
I was right there, man. That was a good game. I mean, I was rooting for you up to the last second.
Yeah.
But y'all choking away though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I honestly, this is a toss up, bro. I think
But here's the thing though, getting blown out though entails that like we weren't playing really good at all at any point really. Whereas even if I lose in the final minute,
not necessarily. Like you can let's say all right, let's put it like a score, right? Let's say it's a football game. What's a high score? Really high score for a football game?
In the 40s for sure is high, yeah.
All right, so let's say the score is like 60-40.
That's not blown out per se. You just lost. You didn't get blown out. You just lost.
All right, let's say the score is 60-30.
Even still, you got some licks in there though. Scoring 30, you got some licks. Yo, because this is
you know what I'm
saying? Here you go. Offense, we was cooking. We scored 30. The defense let us down. So you know what I'm saying? We was cooking.
All right. How about
this? Like a 40-3, like both sides of the ball was getting wide.
All right, you know cool. Yeah, 40-3.
You can't take the only person that can take pride in that situation is the kicker. Like, hey, boy, they got a field goal range once. You know what I'm saying? I hit that field goal.
I did what I did. My job. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should do my job.
Everyone knows what I'm saying. So, like, even getting beat, that's like in the NBA team, right? If you get beat, like, say somebody get hot and they beat you 140-115 or something, you lost by 25 points, but at least the offense didn't let us down. We just couldn't get a stop. You know what I'm saying? It'd have to be like a 122-81 game. Like, God, bro, we couldn't stop them and we couldn't get nothing going. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got beat. Both sides was terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd have to be something like that. So they both, I don't know which one, man. Carletta saying she'd rather be blown out. I can see benefits to both.
It's just a tough one, man.
But let me maybe lose in the fight. Actually, no, because that'll haunt me more. Let me take the get blown out just because I won't be haunted.
I was just about to say that, bro. At the end of the day, man, I think I'd rather get blown out in the championship game because the sting is going to be harsh, but like over soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have bulletin board material. Man, like, we really came out here and embarrassed ourselves. Mm-hmm. We got to do better. Like, ain't nobody laughing, joking, crying. Like, all right, cool, all that. But we're going to be almost kind of like rallied around the fact because it's going to feel so bad as a unit that we ain't had no choice. Like, man, we all stunk it up, bro. Like, we really laid an egg here in the championship.
You the same one, huh?
We let everybody down. But that's over. You know how to, like, ain't nobody going to be worried about that next week.
True.
But, bro, you will be worried about it if you had the game in your hands and while they celebrating the trophy and they parade, like, that was your moment that you can never have.
Yeah. That's gonna be tough, man. This almost remind me about. I know I had got on a soapbox a while back. I was talking about how I don't like people talking about they got no regrets. This almost, to me, one quote I think I might be putting up there with it, man, is the people like it's about the journey quotes instead of destination. I don't know about that all the way, saying a lot of times to me, if you about the destination, my boy, like, you know what I'm saying? We talk about the journey, because then people can say, yo, I know we lost about 60. But yo, the journey, saying like, bro, forget the journey right now. So we didn't accomplish the goal, saying.
Ain't that what Giannis' argument was, man?
That's what he said. But you saw who I think somebody got fired there too.
The
The
coach?
Bud get fired.
Yeah.
I thought that show. I think we was both on the same side. Like, bro, kind of a failure. Sound like kind of a failure we were talking about because one, the heads on the end of it lets you know. So to me, with those is not the destination, the journey to it, bro. It ends if you have a well-defined like goal at the end, like in the sports, a championship. In my case, a degree at the end. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get that degree at the end, it's all for naught, son. Forget all the rest of this joint. It's all for naught, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's not. No. That wouldn't be the truth. It's not the degree. The degree for you, the degree at the end is not the joint. It's the job at the end of the degree.
Okay. Even still, it's something tangible. You know? Yeah.
Nah, but that's the thing. But you can still, in your case, what I'm saying is like you can still get your degree and not necessarily get the job you want or the job that even in your you could not get the job in your degree and
I'm
still
happy
wouldn't be a failure.
Though. I know, but I'm be happy. That's what I'm saying. I have to get the degree.
I think that's what they're saying is that's what they saying is not the failure because it's like even Giannis is like like bro, like I'm still here. He is still NBA champion. It's like he didn't get it this time, but like to be like, man, you a failure is kind of crazy.
No, he's not a failure overall. Just that season, he's not a failure overall. I would never say that.
Season,
just that one season. So yeah, man. Listen, we'll have to break that down to journey destination another time, bro. But yo, we both taking the same one, huh? Make it to the game.
Yeah. I told you this was the winner episode, and since we're talking about winners and losers, not yesterday, Saturday, it was Colorado versus Colorado State.
Yep.
Coach Prime and the boys. For y'all who don't know, because I did not know, I really wasn't aware. As y'all may or may not know, I'm not a huge football fan. So, and I'm definitely not a huge college fan, bro. College sports is even worse. Like, come on, man, I'm not doing it. So, the fact that like this particular game garnered so much attention, the press runs prior, the celebrity endorsements, Dwayne, you see up here, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson was up there. Lil Wayne came out the tunnel. Master P was in the locker room. Offset, like it's for college kids, man. Like it's crazy, man. Even before there was a little bit of beef between the coaches. The coach for the other team was saying that he was tired of all the lights and the flash, and he felt slightly disrespected the fact that Coach Prime had his hat on and shades on, answering interviews, which if you know Deion Sanders, like that's pretty much his like flash and arrogance is kind of like his calling card.
But even with that, I wouldn't even say it's just flash and arrogance because most coaches, if you look at the side, especially during the day games, they got a hat and shades on too. Like even in NFL and different things, it ain't just like you being disrespectful, especially when you're on the sidelines, you're outside. It ain't that crazy.
I don't know if he meant. I this clip kind of like even the clip is like just a small segment. I don't know exactly what he was referring to, but he just kept on saying that I'm tired of all the show. Like he was just tired of like,
you know what? That could have been that little code talk for the other stuff you try to mention. Yeah, it ain't even really about the hat, said. You know what I'm saying? Could have more been about the chain and the bravado as opposed to the hat. You know what I'm saying?
No, it could have. It could very well. It could very well. Like I don't know, but there was some chirping, man. I did like, but ultimately, what I'm saying is like this. It was Saturday night.
Yep.
People was tweeting, Facebook, man, I can't believe I'm up at 2 a.m. watching a college football game. Coach Prime got me watching even they memes start coming out and stuff like that. I was like, what is even happening? So I had no idea the game was going to happen.
Okay.
I had no idea what was going on. And I started like going through the thing and like did a recap. I started watching like YouTube, watched the game, found out it was a double overtime victory for Coach Prime and the boys. Crazy plays, man, crazy moments. I mean, his son, the quarterback, find out that he's a star in the making. Like everybody's really high on what he can do and his abilities. And like, so I just started following the whole story, man. So I don't know how much you personally are like aware of it because, like I said, it's new for me for Ashley too. I was like, yo, like this is crazy. They talking about like historic. I mean, it's culture changing what he's doing.
Sure.
Like what he did in Jackson State. He had HBO specials. He had all this stuff like lights and attention at this school for these college kids, and he literally just picked up his entire like game plan and just dropped it in another college. I
Yeah,
mean, it was
it's
crazy.
impressive, man. It's impressive. I think I want to say the first game of the season they played TCU, and TCU was in a college football playoffs last
No,
year.
it was TCU or ECU.
TCU.
Okay.
Yeah, they were in the college football playoffs last year. So like a top 4 team essentially last year. They lost some good players from it, so they weren't projected to be as good this year, but still, it's still a really good team overall. And so I want to say it was something like the biggest underdog to win because they were something like 20, 25 point underdogs, I think, to TCU in the first game of the season. Because the other thing is, too, man, Colorado, it wasn't a good program before you got there.
They
had won one
last
game.
year.
Yeah, they just won one game last year, man. I think they were projected to win like 3 or 4 games this season. Already they're at 3 wins. You know what I'm saying? So
Undefeated.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy to see the turnaround. And I think the biggest thing it comes to, as someone who does follow college football, but also even basketball, I think the biggest part of college coaching, though, is just recruiting, man. I think that's the biggest part. If you look at the teams that have been winning, Alabama like the last decade, and now Georgia's been stepping it up lately too. You just look at their recruiting classes, man. I think that's really the key. And so can you get the people in the door? Deion Sanders has shown that he has that ability to do that. And even like you talk about the celebrities that are there, they had College Football Game Day was that there. ESPN, not Sports Center, but First Take was there as well. You know, different people. I saw Michael Irvin on the sidelines one time, who was, you know, undisputed now, Fox and FS1. So he's got a lot of love. People rallying behind him. And then also he just has a lot of connections from his years. You know, Deion Sanders was like, I mean, the man back in the day, man. So he has a lot of connections. Even I saw a video this week that was showing a dad that had, I think his son had got him the Deion Sanders jersey, and he had the jersey. He was like, man, Deion was the best, man, the best. You understand? That's what he's saying. He started crying. And then Deion had commented, started clipping him, was like, yo, like, what's your dad's number? Let me give him a call or stuff like that. So the fact that he meant so much to a lot of people, being a person that was a multi-sport athlete, he played even in the South, we talk about, you know, black culture. He was played for the Falcons, and he played for the Braves, won championships with the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. So this guy, a dual sport athlete, I think he might have even like hit a home run and a touchdown in the same game. One time he played in the same day too, MLB and NFL. So I mean, this guy, he's just got all the swag.
He's crazy,
he's a great player.
Bro.
He's also historically regarded as the best cornerback ever. Not necessarily the best defensive player, but the best at his position, cornerback, defending the wide receivers. He's universally acknowledged as the best ever. A dynamic punt returner. It's crazy, man. So the thing is, when you have that aspect coming, people got a lot of respect for Deion, especially people's dads, uncles that will be in the recruiting class. And now when you see what he's doing now, I think even with the next generation, he's going to have a lot of pull and sway too. So when I talk about the recruiting class, the biggest thing, I can imagine even next year, especially if they continue the season to end really well and go to a bowl game, I can see next year the recruiting class going crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to go up there play with coach, you know what I'm saying? Primetime. And so it's crazy to see, man.
It's crazy to see. It's I think the word for me was inspiring, honestly.
For sure.
Like the amount of faith that this guy has in in him, in his abilities, like in like what he stands for.
Yeah.
And to see that translate into his kids who are playing for him currently, and also are dogs on the field. Like they're not just like, oh, okay, they doing like bro, like Shiloh, you know, he's a cornerback. He plays the same position. Like he came in there with a pick 6 in that game. Like these are huge, like
for sure.
Like what was they said? I think they said the ticket sales, their average ticket sales for Colorado right now is like $500, and the rest of the of college sports is like average like $240.
Okay, so double.
They're like doubling the value. Like I mean, they're bringing so much. I think there was a 60-minute came out last night. They said that they've increased their merchandise sales by like 800%.
I believe it. I also saw too, because he got a huge pay grade. I'm remembering some of the story now when he went from Jackson State to to Colorado, it was like an 11x increase. So even I think we talked about that in the podcast before because it was like, all right, would you take an 11 times fold pay raise? Like, come on, we're not talking about no, 50%, 20%, 11x, son. That's crazy.
I mean, not that he was. I don't think he's really hurt. Like money is really.
Well, here's what I'm thinking it possibly be though, man. If you look at some of these contracts and the earnings people made back in the day, like even 20 years ago versus what players are making now, that's not quite the same type of money. So even Deion, I would reckon probably on the field, I'm almost going to look it up. He probably made like 20 million or so. So if you're talking about if he can get a $20 million coaching contract right now, that's really big. It's not like guys before, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I feel.
I think that him, even though I don't think he's necessarily hurting, I don't think he's like rolling in it and I'm good forever type joint. You know what I'm saying? Now, after if he coaches for another, 10 years, maybe he'll get to that point now. But
what is he earning his career?
What is it?
Did you see the sunglasses sales too?
Oh, he got his own sunglasses. I didn't see that, but I thought you were looking up.
I mean yeah. So after the whole chirping about the coach, like he actually released a shade line, and I think he said he did like $1 million in sales in day one.
Yes, thing, man. Internet can make you pop off, son. You get something going viral, people hop
on.
He got
those are the shades all the kids right there.
He had
that The Rock has on.
Okay, The Rock got on. Yeah.
The Rock got on a pair. He got every kid, every player. He got him some, and so for the game, it was crazy. Yeah. Like I don't know, man. I was just like I knew a little bit about Deion Sanders. I didn't know much about him. I followed him. I knew about the Jackson State, so I know about him like at a high level, but I didn't really do a deep dive of like what's going on and what's happening. I feel like this is history in the making type of moment. And I feel like somebody even asked him like, yo, like you think about like Fab Five and like these sports stories that are like very impactful and memorable. Mm-hmm. Like he was like, do you feel like you are in that right now? He said, absolutely. I tell my kids that every day.
Nice.
And it's like, I think I told you like the most impressive and the crazy thing that I think is about this story is like, it's really the kids, like his two sons. Like if you listen to their post-game interview, it is like a post-game interview that you've never heard before. Like the level of confidence alone, the sheer, like, it's like, this is what they were bred.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
media trained and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about even the media. I'm talking about the belief, like the talk, like they're just like, hey, I mean, the son was like, I went Brady mode. Like
so Tom Brady retweeted him too. Tom Brady retweeted that.
Right, what I'm saying, like, do you understand the kind of weight that you're putting on yourself to even say something like that? Like in college.
Yeah.
And then that's what I'm saying, when Deion Sanders was up on the post game, it was like, well, hey man, how, your son, he's playing well. He's like, man, y'all just ain't seen him.
True.
Like he was like, he's been doing this.
True.
Like y'all just don't see, like, this is who he is. And the son is saying the exact same thing. The other son is saying the exact same thing. Like the team, like the belief level in the team, like it's impressive, bro. It's impressive. It's inspiring almost, like just to like have that level of determination and kind of faith in anything that you're doing. Like it's crazy. So I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like you like this is the beginning of something, man. I feel like it's a beginning of a movement almost. Like everybody, like here on out, I think the next team they play this weekend is a big team, right?
I think they're playing Nebraska this year. I mean, this week. Let me see. You see
Oregon or something like that. It's something crazy. Like
they got some good things. So they just played Nebraska. They play Oregon, 10th ranked Oregon this year. I mean, this week, and then USC after. No, they got a little murderous road. USC ranked number 5. So,
bro, listen, bro. If they beat these two teams and go 5-0 to start the season, like, what are we going to be talking about? Everybody's going to be like,
then you're talking about could they possibly win a chip or something? Because at that point, if you beat the 5th ranked team, you're talking about you're going to make the college football playoff, and if you make the playoff, you got a chance to win the championship. So it's going to be crazy, man.
It's going to be crazy. And what I'm saying is like the way they believe in the way that, I mean, the way that he played the quarterback, Shadir, I think his name is. Yeah, man, like dude was these boys hooping, man. They balling, and it's like, where the end? Like if they actually come through, and I think what I'm saying is like what I think most people are not really aware of that makes this more impressive is that they literally just came in and uprooted staff,
Sure,
team. I
sure.
mean, they just
Players,
a complete culture shock immediately translates into, you know, championship caliber play. That's crazy. That's
true, true.
unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. It's just,
what
bro. I'm
was
telling
that?
you, bro. It's just about recruiting. So one other thing too is they have the transfer portal now where the players don't have to sit out a year because in past times you had to like sit out if you transfer between teams. This is pretty new as well. So, like I said, you recruit a big class. Travis Hunter, I believe, is the guy's name who was a top 5 pick. He's a guy that plays cornerback and wide receiver. And he's on the squad too. You know, playing both sides of the ball. So, you know, he got a squad, man. It comes down to recruiting. Like I said, if they can keep on with this. And then, like I saw, you know, the comedian Desi Banks, I saw him on the field too. Like
Yeah,
people out there, man. So the thing is, people getting behind it, and that's what the kids want to see, man. The young guys. If I'm coming to a school, it's like, bro, listen, Colorado got that swag, son.
they're gonna have the
Let me go out up
notoriety.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me go to Colorado.
Bro, listen, man, I seen it. Like, you gotta watch the videos, man. Like,
Yeah,
they are in the locker room with, like, bro, you just like, where are you talking? One of the dudes that interviewed was like, this is some young dude. He was like, man, like, a couple years ago, I went to Amigos concert. Offset is right here.
yeah.
Like, you guys still remember, like, these kids are not professionals. Like, they're
True.
literally kids.
True.
20 years old, 19 years old,
True.
1-2 years removed from being in their hometown.
True.
Like, Master P is sitting in there chopping it up. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's giving you a pregame speech. Like,
yeah,
man,
listen, bro. If the team goes well, like, bro, it's like they say, everybody loves a winner. So the team winning, bro, people gonna hop on that joint, even rightfully so. Not even saying he just bandwagon, but people want to support as well, especially since it has like a grassroots feel to it, man. So we're gonna be watching, bro. We're gonna be watching what they do next. I got the comparison real quick about the money. So Deion's career, playing between MLB and also NFL, he made $33.5 million in 14 seasons. In NFL, 13 million in 9 seasons. So you're talking about, what is this? 46 million playing professional sports, and he signed his deal for 29 million over 5 years. So you're talking, like I said, the next 10 years, 6 years, he can make more than he ever made in that joint. That's what I'm saying. It's, to me, 40 million or so, and some of that tech, it ain't like I'm set for life if I made that 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is setting him up as well.
You hope he reinvested well enough to
sure.
like be straight
and living well too. And he's living well probably, but not like I could just ball out here. You know what I'm saying? He may not have, like we talked about before, $10 million net worth, not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? But if he keeps on coaching, especially a team doing well, the contract will go up, the connections will go up, the endorsements will go up, and so then you can really make some crazy money, man. Crazy money. So, bro, we'll be watching, man. But speaking of one potential uprising team, there's a show that Leland has encouraged me to watch called Winning Time: Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. It's on HBO. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, it's funny, you know, this transition, because you start thinking about like teams historically that came out the gate on fire, and you know, it's very, very funny like how this works, because the season finale, which is maybe even a possibly series finale, just came out last night. Me and Ashley watched it. Halfway through the show, I was like, man, watching this story reminding me of like what I was hearing about, you know, Colorado and Coach Prime, like because like you think about it, like the way they, you know, I don't know exactly how entirely accurate it is, but you know, there's some truth to it, because Magic was a rookie when he won the finals.
For sure, no, they doing that right. I know, for instance, that Dr. J dunk, though, it wasn't on Magic, it was somewhere. So that's when I realized, like, okay, because I don't know everything from that time. But that Dr. J dunk, when he did a Rock the Cradle, and in one show he was on Magic, I was like, hold on, I don't remember this being on Magic. And I went back and watched it. It was on another guy. So they have some little parts they embellish.
Yeah, they play with the chronological order a little bit to make it more you know,
compelling, pretty much. Having Magic get dunked on by Dr. J was like, oh snap, that's crazy. You know, especially since they had a little rapport. I can't remember, was that even season 1 or 2? I watched both of them recently, but yeah, man. What you think about the show, man? I got some hot takes, bro. I got a hot take.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I got a hot take.
Talk to me.
Like, season for a series, like season 1, season 2,
Okay.
This a 10 out of 10, bro.
Word, 10 out of 10. Okay.
Like what I'm saying is like, this is what I'm saying. And this
Okay.
is not even no joke, bro. I will struggle to find something wrong with this show. Like if you want to argue like the accuracy of the storyline, that's something
Okay.
totally different to me than this show. But like the show, how captivating it is. You know, I don't throw around 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't even get Spider-Man a 10 out of 10. That's crazy, say.
I don't throw out 10 out of 10. I will recommend this to anybody. Like I recommend it to my parents, Carletta. Like the show is good. Like if you watch it, it's good from a lot of different reasons. Like the storytelling is good, the cinematography is great, the acting is great. I believe every single person in there, Jerry West, Pat Riley. Like you get these. If you're a basketball fan by any stretch and you've heard these names, like to see this story, to see these lights, to see the way they came together, like it's a 10 out of 10, bro. I have no issue with this series whatsoever, man. Whatsoever.
My thing is, okay, I can see where you're coming from with it. I think just for me, with the genre, I guess I like more of the thriller, like or slash twist. To me, there's not enough like a little twist factor just for me to, but I can see what you're saying.
You're saying that's preference.
Yeah, but I still get that preference is also going to me for the 10, man. I can't feel like I can't give it a 10, but it is really, really good for me. I think one other thing too, they got characters that look like the characters too. People playing them. So the guy that playing Magic like Magic. The guy playing Bird. Looks like Bird. I see Michael said he finished it this morning. Tell us what you thought about the show.
Yeah, hey Mike, give us your rating out of 10.
Listen, so you know one thing I'm with I'll be on this website here. I ain't gonna name so it don't get taken down, but I'll be on this website. I think I'm like 8.7 on there. I think that's about fair for me, somewhere around there, 9 maybe. I just can't give it. It's up there. It's for sure strong. It's for sure strong. It's a good show.
It's strong.
But I guess to me, it just don't have enough like. I ain't see that coming enough. It is history. No, it's not even that. It is history, so you can't do but so much. But it ain't enough like, that's crazy. Because even we talked about, I haven't seen the finale. Look, he said 8.7. That's what the aggregate rating is on the website.
You said that.
Maybe, but listen, what I'm saying, it's like you can't embellish history. So I don't want you just to be out here necessarily
right. Just making.
But since the story is not like, bro, can you believe what it don't have enough of that for me, which I like to see in certain shows.
This is what I'll say. I think this
Carletta 8.7. Yo, that Flex told me right about some stuff, man. Go ahead.
Okay, I can feel that. I feel Mike said that he feel like they rushed the last season. I feel like
they did 3 seasons in one, where the first season was just one season, right?
Right.
Just one season. This last season, they went over 3 NBA seasons in one season.
I feel it, and I think the series is over.
Yeah,
I think the series is over, and I think they knew the series was over, and that's probably why it was a little rushed.
I don't think so. I think it was just bad ratings though, because they wanted to keep talking about it, man. I don't think it was planned for this to be the series finale, but it's pretty much just got bad rating. Not necessarily ratings; it's got bad viewership. The ratings are good, but
I think what it was is the actual people who were represented here were not behind it, and so I think there was a lot of people who were like torn between supporting it or not.
And let me tell you, this is my biggest thing with the show, saying every character except to me, the only 2 characters I can think that's been all right, Jeannie Buss and with Dr. J in season 1. Everyone else said, if I'm portrayed like this on screen, son, don't have me out here looking like they got these guys looking like it could be true now. They got Magic Johnson being a dog on this joint, son, an absolute dog, and not like on the court. I'm talking about off the court, like just out here. So what do you mean, Lila? You doing like,
bruh, but what I'm saying is like,
I don't want myself portrayed like that. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure a lot of people don't want they self portrayed like a lot of things, bro. But that's not entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like the drama, like you would have been this show would have been even less if it was like, oh, everybody was perfect, everybody was nice, and nobody lost, and nobody was mad, and nobody.
No, it's not about losing, but it's about like, yo, I feel like, and this is the thing, I actually want to ask those guys on Player Choice, like the little YouTube channel, because they be really going back in that clip. Because to me, even the way they got Kareem, it's like, bro, was he this moody and temperamental and like not a team player?
I think so, bro. Like,
think about it.
But think about it. Even right now, Shaq talks about Kareem never reached out to him. LeBron talks about recently, even right now. Hey, I passed the record. Cool, good job. So like, it seems like, based off what we know, it seems like it's pretty accurate.
No, it's true,
bro. Listen, if that's not Pat Riley, I don't know who is, bro.
Well, Pat Riley's character, he also seemed on the up and up though. He. If I'm Pat Riley and I watch that show, I'll be like, hey, good stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they did me right.
Jerry West.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they got him right.
Jerry West was mad.
I remember
Larry Bird was mad.
From season 1, they got Larry Bird seeming like he on the spectrum. My boy just out there spitting and shooting something. Like he ain't saying nothing. His face all acting up and everything. It's like, my boy.
Bro, listen. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, here's the thing. Like, to me, even with the Magic, like that one scene where he was trying to get with, even Cookie's his wife, because I knew that. Cookie Johnson. So it's like, all right, you got her like just out here just playing fifth fiddle pretty much for most of this joint. And even that one time where he kissed her and then she walked away and her homegirl came out. I said, yo, they got Magic going crazy on this joint.
Bro, like that's literally like this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, bro, do you not know Magic's story? Like, dog.
I know his story, but like, bro, to see it so graphically, bro. And listen, y'all saying I know, but to me, it's like, bro,
what a girl had to do him like that?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, why she had to do it? We knew it's implied.
I know, but to me, it's like this. It's like, okay, we watched The Last Dance doc, right? We got to see more stuff. Like, really, the only people, and it's another point. I feel like they didn't do Scotty all the way right. You know what I'm saying? To me, they didn't show all of Jordan's like and really lean into the fact that like, bro, he out here being like, they didn't go at as hard.
That's a documentary. That's that he produced.
No, I want the real. But to me, I'm just saying. Here's what I'm saying. We talk about the show getting canceled. I see people in the chat saying players got behind the doc. Okay, so to me, I can see why people wouldn't want to. So if I'm Magic Johnson, I'm not gonna be like, hey, yo, watch this joint to my family. Nah, son, I don't want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. If you Magic, do you want this joint to be like shown? If I'm Jeannie Buss, to me looks sterling in this joint. Jeannie Buss looks sterling, like she can be okay, but her dad looks crazy too. They got Dr. Buss looking wild too. So to me, it's like,
but if that's how it was, that's how it was, boy. What you mean?
Even if that's how it was, bro, I don't want this joint like they. And to me, it almost would be better in a documentary form than some of this stuff where the people are acting out in their face. It'd be better almost like, hey, he was a womanizer.
No, bro. No, this is better because this is actors. This is not actually me.
No, but if you have people recalling it and then they show like a little picture here. Okay, they showed him at the picture here as opposed to him with the man when his mom died and he reached over to that woman and hugged her and then started. I was like, yo, this boy's sick, son. He's sick. So you remember that scene?
No, I can't remember that.
Okay, one scene, what happened, I think this might have been season 1. Dr. Buss's mom had died, and they had this little nurse caretaker who was an attractive woman. She drove him home. He was in the car crying and stuff like that. Then he reached over for a hug and then started like going crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like she was trying to comfort him in that moment, and he was like, yeah, forget all that. Like, I'm over that.
Bro, that's real life, cuz. What you
They
mean?
had no relationship, though. It wasn't like they were together. He was just like, they had no
relationship. That's real life, bro. You don't think this dude... Bro, listen, hold up, man. Hold up, bro. That's what I'm saying. Mike, the 80s, 70s, 80s, bro, this dude is a multi-millionaire, bro. Like, you don't think that like, what are you talking about? Magic Johnson literally was that person. Like, that's all the accounts. He to himself, they like to that point, I'm pretty sure there is a documentary. They had him saying these things. Like, yeah, I was out there.
Okay, here's the thing.
I was out there, like,
it's different to me also with him just being out here, but also you being out here while trying to woo this woman too. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be out here, be out here. But the fact that you're doing both, like, cook, come on, cook, and the girl right on you while you're on the phone, it's like, boy, this boy a dog. And it's sure it can happen, but I'm saying it's like, you don't think that if I'm Magic, can you see why? Because you see why when they say, yo, if they can't imagine with the script, of course people want to do it, but do you want to see it on the big screen? That's the point when it's about you, not some fictional character like
Ghost. But this is what I'm saying, dog. This is my point, bro. This is my point. It's not about you. This ain't you. They not portraying you on Winning Time. They're portraying somebody else who they actually did. It's
yes, and I'm saying I would not want that shown. It's a reason why that people from the Lakers are not going behind this joint. Because, like, bro, why would you put me out like this? Even if it is true, clean it up. Why do you think it's a reason why none of the players are behind it? You just think it's because they didn't have an ownership stake? It's because if they would have showed them that script and they'd be like, yo, you rocking with it, Max, you want to be executive producer? Man, heck no. If you I'm gonna try to kill you, you better have me out here. Nah, son. That's the reason why, bro.
That is the reason why. Hey, but that don't make the show bad.
No, it's not bad. No, it's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm only speaking to the fact that why nobody, no current players, people associated with it are like, you know what? I like this show actually. It's a reason why you ain't gonna see nobody say that joint. Like, you know,
man, listen. This joint was a 10 out of 10.
It's good though.
9.5, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to call it, bro. Listen, the joint is good. Storytelling,
it's a good show.
Captivating. Like, bro, you're in it. That's what I'm saying. There's very few shows that I remember. I mean, first of all, we're talking about old school basketball. Like, I know about the Lakers, I know about Larry Bird, I know about Magic and Larry, I know about all that stuff. But like to see like the stories, how it happened, like I think honestly, I feel like the less you know, the better.
Okay.
I feel like the more you know, the less like less engaged and engulfed into the story you are, because you're like, oh, I know what happens, or I know this. But like, I didn't really know the chronological order of some of these things. Like, I didn't know. I knew Magic had 5 rings. I knew that he won it as a rookie. I knew he played with Kareem. I knew he played with James. I knew like the players that was a Laker at that time when they were like, oh, original Showtime. I knew, like, that's all I knew. I didn't know like when they came to the team, how they contributed, what was the dynamics. I didn't know nothing about Jerry Buss really, like except for he just owned the Lakers. So you don't know like what's going on.
And now what you know about him, saying he owned the Lakers and my boy, he was out here saying,
bro, listen, bro, I promise you, I don't expect. There's nothing about anything that happened in that show that surprised me.
Okay.
Like there was nothing like, bro, in the 80s, 70s with technologies at a minimum and people got money in LA. Stop it, bro. Like everybody's doing everything. Like there's nothing you like, half the story you probably don't even know. What's so crazy about it? This was probably mild. Honestly.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Like what was really shown, son?
It was enough shown like that where to me, like I'm saying, if I'm one of the persons involved, only people I would feel good about my portrayal, Dr. J, I feel like came off as a saint. There's a few people
they did have I think they did have that one dude that had that drug issue. That was kind of crazy.
That
was crazy. I would be mad, like especially because listen. I would.
I'm not here on the crack pipe sweating. I'm in the little trap house. Like, you don't gotta. That's what I'm saying. You don't gotta do me like this, son. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta
not
do
like
me like
this.
You can like some of this stuff. You don't gotta show me, man. Like,
bro, listen. I only say that, dude, because whoever he was, he already was not like that popular. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we talk about like, oh, Coach Prime, he doing good for himself. He didn't made his. That guy, whoever they was talking about, probably did not have made his, and it's like to catch a stray like that in 2023.
Bro, he called her crazy, boy. He called her crazy.
You just gonna
Spencer Haywood is it, man? Spencer Haywood, man. They gotta.
That's what it was, what's his career earnings, bro?
Right, not much, my boy. Don't know, man. So that's the thing. That's the thing, bro. Because this guy was an all-star. You know what I'm saying? Good player, but to me, the way they had him out of here, so was just like, bro. That's
I'm looking at my man right now, man. Dang, they really did him dirty, bro. I ain't
bro, that's what they were so graphic, bro. They had my boy Wood Harrison playing him, good actor playing him. My boy was on the
man. Listen, let's talk about that for a second, bro. The acting was phenomenal, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. Everybody in there acted they behinds off, bro.
I like it for sure. They're doing well, man. So I think this is what it almost is, bro. It's almost like I'm trying to give it like, it's almost like this. When you said certain shows, we've talked about it before, when you can say like technically a show is like a 10 or something like that. That's what I'm giving it to me. I can see you giving it that, because I mean, it's like, okay, what parts would you change? What would you do differently? I think a little bit with season 2, like Michael said, maybe they did this speed up a little bit with season 2, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They covered less seasons, because I wanted to see a little bit, because since I watched it recently, I saw a lot of the financial drama in season 1. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, okay, our backs against the wall. We got to do this. Got to do this. It didn't really get established as much. I'm trying to figure out, like, are y'all on the green now? Are y'all flowing with it now, or is it still? You know what I'm saying? I was a little bit interested in that storyline too. Season
No,
two.
no, I wish they would have fleshed that out a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I just assumed
Everything good now?
no, I mean, you know, that's not. I mean, bro, if you're winning,
Sure.
you get money coming in. Like,
Sure.
I can attest to like just what I imagine
Yeah.
from a entrepreneurial standpoint. Like, you're leverage. He's probably clearly he's leveraged out there. Like that's
For
the
sure.
norm. That doesn't even seem weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna have liquid cash at all
Yeah.
times. You're just gonna have assets and stuff that's paying you and blah blah blah. So I imagine like when they showed it, I did like how they kind of they showed it. They just didn't really lean into it like I wish they would have. But I imagine like when they're winning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
even that last, well, I ain't gonna say that because that's a spoiler for you. Ain't seen the last episode, but even in the last episode, they try to like kind of give you some little bit of understanding.
Yeah.
It's still, I don't feel like it was fully closure, like a lot of closure, but
Got you.
I got you, bro. Anyway, let me just put it like this.
Okay.
This is why this is crazy, because I look up my man, what you
Spencer
said,
Haywood?
Spencer Haywood. Dog, net worth $3 million, son.
That's generous. How much you should look at his
That
career
is very
earnings.
generous, bro.
Hold
His career earnings probably won't even $3 million.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago.
There's a website I like. It's called Spot Track or something. So if you put any player's name in career earnings, I'm pulling it up right now. It has it. Actually, he's not even on here. Golly. I mean, he did play way back in the day, bro. Like way
back in the day. That's what I'm saying. And then for all that, just to get a stray, bro, you just cut it straight. Like, bro, like, man, they literally.
Bro, it was like a vivid. It was a vivid
bro,
straight. They could have applied some of the joints.
They didn't get that vivid on no other player in the league. Like, the whole
they got vivid with Magic's joint too. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but that's Magic, but everybody knew that. That's not like that was not well known. Like this dude,
to me, it was the snake and cookie part that made it worse. Not even the fact that you with the women, it was the snake and cookie part that's crazy. And to me, Dr. Buzz, when you clearly have your daughter here who was killing it, like, oh my gosh, she's killing it.
But
You're just
what I'm
so
saying
like
is,
oblivious.
like,
it's like,
it's a dramatization, bro. You know, it probably wasn't like exactly like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think he kissed Cookie and then her best friend was coming out the shower after?
No,
that's to me where it's like, bro, this is crazy.
Bro, I think they was just trying to get you to understand, like,
season 1 Magic, he was with that girl. He was like, yo, man, he told the dad, yo, can you break up with her for? Be like, bro, that's what I'm saying. You might not even remember that when he was like,
I remember.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They had people out here looking wild. Like,
bro, he was wild. He was a wild dude, bro. It was Magic.
Clearly, man. So, yo, man, shout out. It is a really good show. If you guys haven't seen, if you want to watch something, it is entertaining. I know we said all this. I would also thinking it's kind of a little more of a light show as well. Like, it ain't like a heavy, like, we about to get
no. It's definitely a
fun thing.
It's kind of feel good.
Yeah, feel good elements to it, you know, feel good.
Like, it's not dark because it's not a lot of like death and violence. You know what I'm saying? So like just from that element alone, it's drama. It's you know,
but it's a lighter drama. It's still
it's definitely a lighter drama.
Yeah.
So it's like just from that standpoint, it's solid. Like, bro, listen, solid. Highly recommend.
Very. I like it, man. So listen, going from one show, HBO, to now. Showtime was on Apple. Apple.
Why are you smiling already, bro? Stop, son.
Yes, sir. This is a show I really enjoyed, man. I've been talking about. If you listen to our episode 1 of the podcast, we reviewed our top shows of 2022. This show came in number 1 for me. I've been telling Leland for months to watch it. He finally finished it, son. Severance. You finished it, dog. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, listen, I'm looking at it. It's a totally different tone than winning time. I'm looking at this drink.
Right. It is complete opposite, bro. Day and night. Son.
Talk to me though, bro. What you thought about the finale, bro? Listen, that finale was
it was wild.
Start to finish, that job was wild. Talk to us. At this point, we can do spoilers too, man. At this point, listen, it's been a year plus since this show been out. We might as well get all the way into it. Talk to me, Leland. What made you even decide to finish watching it?
Just sheer boredom, honestly, cause like we was like, man, like what we gonna watch? It was like, man, we only got like an episode left or 2 episodes left. Like, let's just go ahead and kill the joint. Bro.
Hold on, I see Carla in the chat saying 10 out of 10. I don't know if I would give the show a 10 out of 10 because it does start off slow. Just that alone. It's like we talked about with the Bear. Just the fact I can't give it a 10 overall. It was just my best show of last year. But I feel like these last like 3-4 episodes to me was up there though. Yeah. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's up there though. And then also to me, the premise alone is like really interesting. Something I've never seen before. That alone was like, okay, This is different.
Yes.
Go ahead, Leland.
Yes. It's just, I mean, I just think at the end of the day, I don't want to bash the show and make people like, oh, I ain't gonna watch it. It's just, for me, probably just not my cup of tea, bro. Like,
Sure.
I get it. I like the twist and stuff, but they just was trying to like. This is in a nutshell, right? In a nutshell, if I had to sum Severance up,
okay,
I'd be like, they just tried too hard, man. Like they tried too hard to be like super, like you know when somebody's like, when they like, they're smart, right? You ever meet somebody and they like, oh man, that person's real smart. And some people you don't really know. It's like under the radar, like, man, like they'll tell you, like you find out and settle, like, man, like he said that and he knows something about that dude might be smart. Like, I kind of mess with that. And then you got somebody who's like in the room, like they're doing all the extra stuff, they saying all the extra crazy words, and they're like leaning into it, like, oh, I'm educated, I'm smart, blah blah. And you're like, all right, cool. That's Severance to me. Like it just screams like we're trying to get the awards. Like we're being so, everything has so many different the goats and the baby goats and the random rooms and the random dances with people with masks on and the weird like just the whole tone of the show is like, bro, it's weird. Like, what is going on here? Like, is it Amazon or is it
season 2? That's what we need. Season 2. We get
no, bro.
Here's the thing.
We need y'all to stop. That's what we need.
Here's the thing. I feel like when you talk about the RC shows, I know some shows like that too, but I wouldn't say this one's like that only for this reason. To me, Atlanta got like that. To me, where like
Atlanta, perfect example.
But here's the thing. Atlanta, bro, it's a show about a rapper. Let's talk about it. This is a show about, it started off like interesting and quirky, so it's fine that we're like that now. Whereas Atlanta is like, bro, what y'all really doing, son? Like, come on,
bro.
son.
Listen, man, come on, man, stop playing, bro. There's so many things that you have that you, a fan, have no idea what it means or the reasoning.
Sure, but that's why season 2 we still building, baby. I'm hoping this thing can go about 4-5 seasons. At least season 1.
Nah, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's trying too hard, bro. They're trying too hard to be too. It's like too cute. Babe, what you got to say? Please get in here. Tell them your perspective.
All right, I agree. No, I'm joking. Now she ain't saying nothing. But
are you might be on mute, babe.
I'm gonna take that as agreement with me.
Listen, bro. All I'm saying is,
it's Severance. See, this is like Severance. See? What's really going on here now?
I'm in here.
There's 2 Ashleys. It's like Severance, yo.
That's the any. What was it?
Yeah, bro. Listen.
All I'm saying is, bro, why she get her joints together?
Here's the thing, though, man. To me,
what's going on with the goats, man, the down the hall, what are y'all doing in here? The computer game, like bro, all this stuff is.
Here's what I'm saying, though, bro. Here's what I'm saying. To me, the goats, I don't even care about that. To me, that's even the finale. To me, I really don't. That's not the most pressing questions. It's really not the most pressing questions. There's, to me, bigger things, bro.
Oh, there's way bigger things, but those are the big things are fine. The big things are what you expect from a show. You want a cliffhanger going into the next season,
bro. Cliffhanger, bro. Listen,
that job was crazy. No. I mean, they.
Bro, listen here. Let me say it here. The season finale of Severance may have been the best season finale I've seen of any show. 1 episode, that joint had the tension from the beginning. You have 3 people, or maybe 4. It's been so long. Everyone trying to figure out their outside world. Everyone have little twists going on too. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy how everything was building towards this joint, son. My boy holding the door open, son. That whole door, what? Him holding that joint open was way more compelling, bro. That joint was crazy.
But son. It wasn't that crazy.
Please go, babe.
Go ahead, talk to me, Ashley. You want that? The fact that old girl is a CEO's daughter and voluntarily.
Now that was a twist. That was a twist.
Leland just hated. He said, "Nah, bro, to that. That's a twist, bro. That's crazy, son."
Look at how long it took
let Ashley go, bro. Let Ashley go.
Go ahead, Ashley.
I'm just saying, look at how long it took us to get there. By that time, we were like, "Thank God, something is happening." Like, okay, like give us something. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you think the dances mean? Like, what did that mean to you?
To me, even that ain't the biggest part. To me, even
no, but that's what Leland is talking about. It's like all this extra artsy
but
stuff
one,
that just like really doesn't mean anything to the actual storyline. Okay, Helly being the CEO's daughter, that was like, oh, okay, that's a twist. But all this extra stuff, like the dancing with the people with the mask on, like
that's
what is that
minimal, guys. That was one episode,
bro. That's not minimal, bro. Listen, it's not minimal. It's not minimal, bro. Listen, the entire premise of the show has these people in the office doing things that don't matter for reasons that don't matter. We have no information, bro.
Yes, it's true.
A whole season long, and you said it out of your mouth. It's slow. So it's slow, and then at the end, you're not getting any information. In the middle, you're not getting
information. Though we got a lot of information, and my boy figured out his wife is the one he's working with. Yo, don't talk to me about it. That's one twist. You ain't gonna
okay, but it wasn't even like, oh wow, she's been there the whole time. Like it wasn't.
Y'all come on, man.
I feel
listen, bro.
Like
listen.
I watched this whole thing for a reason. Is what I'm saying. It wasn't that kind
of
like
you don't. I don't feel satisfied in watching the whole show. The grueling.
You're not supposed to. It's season one. This is not a. It's not a mini.
Bruh, stop it, man.
Dead serious.
You gotta get to season 2, bruh. Like season 1 need to have something. Like stop playing with me, bro.
Stuff, bro. The fact that you could wake up your innies when they woke up Dylan from the outside and he was in his closet, like, oh, what is this? That's my son calling me. What is this? That's crazy, bro.
Bruh, those are just more questions. All I'm saying is that you leave this entire season with a list full of questions and 0 answers.
No,
that is not a good show to me, bro.
We have a lot of answers, bro. We see about that little black slime that was coming down, and what's the name? Why is that coming out? Now we see on his free time, we still don't know reason now. That boy, the guy draws black paintings the whole time. We see some of the concepts about, oh, remember when the guy was like, the guy was leaving, and he was like, oh, it's my last day, but I want to say I'll miss you guys, but a part of me actually thinks that maybe I've never even really realized that little monologue he went on, like some parts in the deepest parts of my mind, I guess I'll miss you, but technically I'll never think of you again. Like that's kind of cold and callous to think, no, this is our boy here, and it's true, he'll never remember us again.
And I kind of just felt like, so what, bro? Like, so what? Like, that's how I felt when I got to that point. Like, okay, like, oh, he's not gonna remember. We knew that season, the episode 1, that he wasn't gonna remember. Like, he's not gonna remember the outside people. Boo-hoo. Like,
we had a question too. Why would what's the girl named Shelly? Why would she willingly put her Annie through that after Annie's trying to kill herself? Did you not think that at one point? What kind of sicko will put themselves through it? Oh, a sicko that's about to be the CEO and who really believes in this joint. That to me is giving me enough.
That's so.
But hold on, no. You can say you can not be impressed with it.
He did the experiment that her whole family has been doing for years. It has been working towards for years, and he actually didn't like it. Oh wow.
No, but it's more so this, Ashley. It's
That's
more
not
so
a 10 out of 10.
I never said it's a 10 out of 10 either. No, I'm never saying that either. So here's what I'm saying. You talking about we have no answers. I'm giving you answers because to me, when I saw Shelly do that, at first I was thinking, oh, they must be giving you the severance procedure and lying to your outside person. That's what I was thinking. They must be lying because if my Annie is like, bro, Avery, it's terrible in here. I actually want to kill myself. It sucks in here. And then I write back to him, too bad, bro. You suck it up. You're not even real no more. That's crazy. I was thinking.
What I'm saying is, you don't actually know.
Episode 5 or 6 when we found that out, not episode 8 is what I'm saying. When we finally got to that part, it wasn't that groundbreaking. And we figured that out when she tried to kill herself.
And you don't know what. You don't know what her outside version of her actually knows about that incident.
Yes, but here's what I'm saying. I know that the outside person is saying, hey, I don't care, and I'm believing in this thing, basically. That's what I'm thinking. So you can put to me, my point is this. You're saying we have no answers. We don't have answers because you have to say that's what you think she's saying. But you don't know that to be true. You don't know if they even reported the fact that she tried to kill herself to her outside self. I'm believing they did report it just because of the fact she believes it. I'm believing that for sure. To me,
what if they just told the dad and the dad believes it so much that he just like, I ain't gonna tell my daughter. I'm just gonna let her keep on going do it where he's going because he cares about that. Like that's not no answers, bruh.
But to me, hold on. We know that the wife is alive. That's what. So to me, you can't say there's no. Listen, it's a season 1 of multiple things. That's like after season 1 of Game of Thrones. Who gonna end up on the throne? There's no way you would have guessed. oh boy,
Bruh, it's not about who's gonna end up in the throne.
Yeah.
It's that at the end of a season, you want some type of closure, you want some type of understanding, and then you hit a cliffhanger that's like, all right, now with the information I know, I feel good about, I can go into this season 2, and I'm excited about it. This slow show, like you said, if it takes that long to build up to the point that random black lady, hey, just get out of here. Like, what? The lady is trying, his boss is his neighbor. Like, what is her, like, nobody knows what's her joint. They just straight up murked the dude that works in the office. Nothing came from that. They're in there.
They have stricter penalties now. They stopped their access. Hey, you can't now go in between departments.
Okay, but bruh, somebody died. Like,
they don't know how though. There's an investigation going on how.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just not enough information, bro. There's not enough information. Yes, they revealed some things. Okay, that's why that girl had a baby. She don't remember. Cool, we get it. Like, but like even the whole brother-in-law and his weird friends. That's just like.
I saw an interesting theory about that too. I saw an interesting theory they was talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. It's a theory. It's a game. They're doing this on purpose. They're trying to be cute to leave out all these things so the viewer can think about what it could be and traject. And like that. If you like that, that's cool. But that's not my type of cup of tea. That you're just trying to listen. All right. Let me put it like this, right? This is a perfect. This is a correlation. Like, okay, remember that show? What's it? This Is Us, right? Okay. And it's like, man, I like the show, but I feel like they're trying to pull at my heartstrings. They're trying to do this. I feel like that it was Severance with my mind. I feel like they're trying to like constantly shake me up and leave me in the dark and leave me confused. Like they're trying to make me like, well, what could this mean? Or what it's so much symbolic stuff going on that it's too much. It's just too much. Like, bro, the wellness room and she's about to get fired and now they're not. The board is there. The board's not there. The board speaks. The board does not speak. The board's no longer here. The guy's in the room. The one guy's here. This guy's not severed at all. He's like. There's just too much.
Here's what I think though you need though. Here's what I think you need though. You need stuff to give the show longevity because what I think I've talked to you about is before. When a show doesn't have enough places to go with it, it just ends up being a drama about the characters. Now the whole premise is gone. Walking Dead just turned into like the drama.
Walking Dead turned to a drama because they try to go for too long, bro. If it was 3 seasons, 4 seasons,
but here's the thing though. Here's the thing.
Great.
Sure, but here's the thing though, after you suspend it, you still want enough places to go with it. So to me, if they don't answer all these questions by the end of the series, like Lost, I love Lost at a certain point, then it got repetitive. And now I can't say season 1, season 2, season 3 of Lost is bad, but at a certain point when these things were not getting answers, like, okay, it's trash. And then to have that ending. Severance can get there to me, but you saying after season 1 of Lost, you like, this is trash, or B was like, oh, this is on 5-5. I got mad questions, and I'm here for season 2, and I'm so hyped. That's what it did, bro. Because if not, you end up like The Bear, where The Bear has gotten away from the cooking. What are they going to be doing on season 3, really? It's probably going to be more and more drama, and the actual world building of, hey, this universe you've established, it's just going to be about, hey, is the black dude going to get with the black girl in there? You know what I'm saying? Is old boy
what I'm saying is like there's good. I feel like there's good ways to do it, and there's bad ways to do it. In my personal preference, and I think me and Ashley both would agree here. It's just they tried to get too cute, like they try to get too like smart.
Do you think Lost did that like season 1, season 2?
They try to just get too stuff. Like they'll introduce things and Easter eggs and stuff like that have like very. I mean, like you can't. It's one thing to have like all right, we're gonna introduce something, and you're like, all right, you might be able to get it. Like this audience, if they smart enough, they get it. They're purposefully introducing things at a level, at a rate to that series that you're never going to know. Like you're just like not unless they tell you explicitly, but like they're purposefully like taking you on a place where it's like, oh, it might be this, or this might mean that, or this might mean that. And it's like, bro, like I just feel like they did that too much. That idea, that concept, it does have place. You know, we talk about some of the best shows, in my opinion, like House of the Dragon, right? Like You're talking about storylines and intrigue and questions, and there's enough of that there, but not with everything that they're doing. You know, they're not trying to.
Here's the difference. This is absolutely a psychological thriller. That's what the genre of this is. Just like what's the genre like DiCaprio, Shutter Island. So if you don't like psychological thrillers, it's true, but it's going to have more layers to it than even a regular thriller, which I love thriller. A psychological thriller is going to have more layers than that. House of the Dragon is not a psychological thriller. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad are not psychological thrillers.
I got you, but what I'm saying is like even a psychological thriller does not have to be this slow and deliberate and like, man, I mean, bro, we talked about it, even the same thing with and that wasn't a psychological thriller, but we talked about it when we talked about what was that, Last of Us. Like, man, like there's too many things that don't mean anything.
I wouldn't say that with the symbolism or nothing like that. No,
bro, you just said it. What about the goats? I don't care nothing about the goats, bro. But they spent like 20 minutes. They spent a whole half an episode messing around with goats for no reason, bro.
Cool. They went to a room and one guy was with the ghost, and they left them. No, they didn't. There wasn't no whole half episode. There was only one guy that was working with the ghosts. What they do? I'm really curious to what the numbers mean. I don't know what the numbers mean at all. No, I have no idea. I'm curious to what that's going to be. But that, to me, if they drop the ball, then and they like Lost dropped the ball, it would be trash. But I know Lost was a phenomenon, sweeping the nation. Until it got bad, it was like, oh man, this is fire. What's the polar bear? What's the black smoke? How did these things get here? It was very intriguing. If Severance drops the ball, I'm going to throw the show in the trash, just like how some people think Game of Thrones dropped the ball at the end last season and the whole show dives down. Right now, one season in, it's like, bro, I'm here for it. I remember literally when the episode ended, I literally yelled out loud because I needed like 2 more minutes. I've never desired 2 more minutes of a show more than I did right then when the joint ended. I'm like, bro, I have to see what's the next words out of her mouth. How's she gonna come back from saying, yo, man, listen, the Indies are treating us terrible. What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? When he said, yo, she's alive, what's he gonna say? Like, my wife's alive, I think was dead. I really needed it more than anything. To me, that was a better cliffhanger than I've seen where someone gets shot, a gun goes off, screen goes to black, end of the episode. Did they die? Did they not? This was way better than that, in my opinion.
No, it was a great cliffhanger, bro. Like I said,
yes. But I'm here for season 2.
What I'm saying is like I'm just.
Oh, she's saying something?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. She's saying.
We can't hear you, Ashley. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, it's like they took so long to get to the point, and it was so drawn out. It's just like, bruh, I don't care. I can't wait to the second season. I wasn't reaching for more. I was just like, okay, bro.
So when it ended, you was like, I'm straight. When the screen cut to black, you said, I'm good now.
Absolutely. I was like,
yeah. I mean, I was shocked, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they played with my emotions so long that I just became disinterested. You know what I'm saying? I was no longer willing to take this ride on no more because it's so slow. It's so slow and it's so pointless. And I didn't get any type of result, bro. I didn't get anything out of that season, bro.
I think that's what it is. It's the rate that they gave us information along the season 1. It was like, even if you had the 2 more minutes, Avery, you probably wasn't going to get much insight into what was actually happening based on how much information they gave you throughout the episodes.
Bro, think about the first episode 1 is when he discovered his friend on the outside, right? That was like the first episode. Like when you think about the first episode and the last episode, you like, bro, they could have literally cut like most of that stuff in.
Here's what I'm saying though, with the world building, right? To me, this is the thing. When I like shows, like even sci-fi is another one of my genres. When they came in episode 1, Shelly came back. I think I don't know if her name's Shelly, the one woman, the main woman, not the woman working at Severed. When she came back and was like, oh, happy whatever day, and the person said, oh, it's actually Monday. To me, those are enough little nuggets to know how the world works. It's true. You wouldn't even think about, from Friday to Monday, actually you never get a break. Actually, because if I would explain when I explained the premise of Severance, I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, literally, as soon as you blink your eyes, Helena, as soon as you blink your eyes, it's just there at work again. They really explored that science of there's no time to rest. So to me, those were things throughout. How does the world work? How does it work with the Severance? Oh, actually, we can wake you up at any time. Because I was thinking it's through the elevator. And when the elevator makes a little hum, actually, no, it's a control room here. And anytime we can switch it, doesn't matter what. So to me, it gave me a little stuff about how the world works. Like, okay, oh, everyone's severed. No, actually, not everyone's severed. We have some higher level of people who are not severed. And I don't know exactly their goal, but I know they're not severed. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it gave me enough things that it wasn't like, I don't know nothing. It's like, bro, I know some stuff. And to me, it's even stuff I never thought about. Like with Helena's character, like you gave a good hypothesis that maybe the dad wants her to do it, but I'm thinking, bro, they have to be lying to people. They got to get you in here, trick you, and ain't gonna never tell you nothing. I don't think that no more after watching the finale. And that was my thing for the whole point throughout the show. I was thinking, they must be lying. Once you sign up for this joint, they're going to do whatever and keep you in here, and you could be going through hell, and it don't matter. Actually, consider this. Some people actually may think like this, because to me, it was just so, like, who would do that to themselves? You know what I'm saying? Who would say, Leland, this sucks for me? But if I'm a CEO who really believes in a product, I can see that. But I couldn't see it for me, you, or Ashley doing that. Like, Ashley is looking here.
That's not even a given, bro. That's not even a given.
And also, it was a video recording too of that. Even I was thinking they possibly doctored the video, or maybe they could have did it before. It's not necessarily a given, but that's why
we just don't know for a fact that she on the outside was aware and seeing the exact effects of what she did to herself. We have no idea if that's the fact.
I got you. Well, listen, man. Like, to me,
even the dad. Think about this. The dad. And here it is, right? Even when the dad talked to her in the bathroom. He was like, "Oh, when I heard out what she did to you on the inside, like that was the first time they were talking about it."
Possibly so, but I can imagine just like Derry Buss, he absentee father type joint, billionaire, absentee father. No, for real, I can imagine that. But so even that lets him know, like, yo. So I can't remember all the things. So she probably does know what happened, or maybe she even sees scars on her neck. Like, I couldn't get this tripping over nothing. Like, it's just, right. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like it's enough to me. And like I said, you got to have enough to go off of. And this is one thing interesting too. Y'all talk about a slow burn. And this is why, to me, and even being a chemistry guy, people always praise Breaking Bad. But I want to go back and recently watch, because I'm in my mind, I do remember Breaking Bad being very slow. Even Better Call Saul, slow. The first 2 seasons.
Okay. All right. First of all, go ahead, babe. What you gonna say? It's slow, but it's a different slow. What was you gonna say, babe?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, Breaking Bad, right? It was slow, but it wasn't like they weren't trying to trick you and break your brain about.
It's true. That's even worse.
It wasn't cryptic in meaning. Like,
it's true.
Like what I'm saying is, bro, every day you see them going. You see these 4 people going to work. They're sitting at a computer doing the who knows what task for who know what reason. They don't even know.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
The level of information that we're privy to is basically what they're privy to, and it didn't get any better with time. And it took so many episodes and so many episodes that felt so empty, bro. It felt like it did not progress the story. It felt like it could have been done without. That's my problem. That's said. By the time I got to the end of it, like Breaking Bad, like you was like, bro, what is this dude gonna do? Like, he's killing people.
I was not. What is this dude? Not season 1. No,
bro. No. He in season 1 he was becoming a drug dealer, and from a teacher, and he was battling cancer. Like, bro, like there was enough intrigue, but it wasn't. They weren't throwing out random symbolisms.
But to me, that's even worse though. If I show me, my wife, and my son and the baby eating dinner at the table, talking about mundane stuff for 6 minutes, that's slow for no reason. It's like Better Call Saul. I told you guys it got slow, but the last few seasons picked up. To me, we're looking at this thing as an incomplete right now. I'm thinking, there's some shows that start off slow that can like really get the ground going. That's why I always say when people say Breaking Bad #1, I'm like, I gotta go back and watch it with 2023 lenses now, because Ozark to me much faster pace. So the same way I can watch season 1 and be like, this ain't really, is this the greatest show ever? No, but it gets there. To me, they've left so much meat on the bone. It can even get much better. There's so much meat on the bone.
Slowness is a factor. It is not the only factor. I felt like I told you the first thing I said is like I felt like they did too much.
Fair.
They did too much in a slow way. I felt like they tried to be too fancy, too smart, too symbolic on too many things for it to be that slow. That's my point. It's not a matter of slow or that. It's the combination of that which makes me not like that. I'm not gonna say it's a bad show. Like, especially if you like those type of things, like maybe you're like, oh man, like I like it. But for me, the pacing and just the sheer, like it was just, I just don't like. I don't tend to like shows that I feel like are trying to take me somewhere. And they just kind of like leave me there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, oh, like look at this, or like even
I can't say it left because it like
the
I
ominous,
said,
like brother, the vibe, the ominous vibe, like even like the own like that whole like the room they sit in when they see all the founding finders, everything is, bro, everything's mad weird, bro. The people that work there are mad weird. Hey, pop out the room. What are you doing out here? You're not supposed to be out here. Like everything's weird, but nothing is, bro. It's just not no information, man. It's like, yo,
but like I said, bro, it's season 1. That's what I'm saying. So to me, with the Lost, that's why I pitch it to you again. Did you like Lost initially? At what point did you stop liking Lost, or did you love it at a certain point?
No, we watched Lost. We was like, yo, this joint crazy. This is good.
And at what point did it begin? Like, okay, we have all these questions, no answers. If Severance does the same thing after 7 seasons, I'm gonna be like, bro, this is terrible, son. I'm gonna say it. Just like I can't recommend Lost to no one in good faith right now. But for 1 season, I cannot in good faith recommend Lost to anybody. I just can't do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because all these questions you have and don't get answered. And to me, I'm hoping that they're gonna have some answers to this joint. Some in season 2, some in season 3.
You better hope they can get to season 2 because
talking about the strike. Yeah, no, that's just one thing. The strike, man. No, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm not saying just a strike. I don't know who clamoring for it, bro.
People, it's already been renewed. My boy, it's been clamoring for it, bro. It's been renewed, bro. It's clamoring for it, man. It's clamoring for it, man. So if y'all haven't seen it, it is a psychological thriller, as Leland said. It's a little on the darker side, but not like spiritualism dark, but literally just like Ozark. Like there's some of the scenes that are shot in lower lighting, so it feels a little different when watching it. Ozark's
ominous. This is a very ominous,
but there's no real spiritual, not real spiritualism stuff.
It's psychological, bro.
It's like a psychological thriller. Yeah, it's a psychological.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you
like that genre, man.
If you like the genre,
let us know, man. I'm hyped for season. I'm glad you at least watched it, though, man. I'm glad you at least watched it, man. So let me ask you this last thing. All right. So if you had to give the whole series, man, out of 10, what you thinking, bro? Whole series, bro. What you thinking? Season 1. Ashley, you as well. Then we'll end it there. I'm not gonna refute it, so it's a safe space, man.
6.5, bro.
My God, I gotta refute it. No, I'm joking.
I mean, if you give me last, it's like kind of like we did. Like if you ask me the season finale, the season finale was good. The pacing was good. The intrigue was there. They, like you said, I revealed mad stuff. That same feeling that I had in like that last episode, I'm not gonna say it's at its peak, but like there are shows that do that way more throughout the show.
It's true.
In one season, Power does that like crazy job. It's like, yo, like this moment where you're like, I don't know. Like what I'm saying is like how they cliffhanged you at the end. We talked about this recently with Hijack. Cliffhanger at the end of every episode was like, dang, like I gotta watch the next episode. I did not, bro. You see how long it took us just to finish the series? Because like
cliffhanger also different than twist too. To me, that's what I'm saying. Hijack, what twists were on a level of, hey, his wife alive. That to me, I like this is like the reason I like Parasite a lot. It's more than just a cliffhanger. It's like a twist.
No. Cliffhanger and twist, while they're not exactly the same, they're very related because what it is that it's the unknown. It's the unknown and the desire to know. A twist is I was not expecting that. It is unknown. I have a desire to know. A cliffhanger, if it's a drama, is like, hey, this could go either way, or they could be going this way with it or that way with it. It's that same feeling on the inside is the same, bro. It's still you're excited because you don't know what's going to happen, and that's what I'm saying. There's more shows, there's better shows that did that more consistently on a. I mean, bro, even Winning Time, we talked about like after every show, I'm like, ooh, like yo, like what's gonna be next? Like, what are they gonna do next? I felt like that after the season finale of Severance, but that was probably the only time. Maybe episode 1, I was like, what? This is crazy. What's going on? Episode 2, cool. By the time I got episode 3, I'm like, dog, like snooze. And then they picked up at the end. Like, I can't give it but a 6.5. What'd you say, babe?
I think for me,
my bad.
I gotta see. You gotta see my face for you.
I gotta come on camera.
No.
For this.
Trash. Turn camera off.
Go ahead.
I'll go up a half a point.
All right.
To a 7.
7, respectable.
To a 7.
I almost did 7. Did 7, but
I think
7's
I
strong.
should do a 7. I'm definitely gonna watch season 2.
Come on, Ashley. Yes.
No, she's definitely going to attempt to watch season 2.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna rush to see it. Just like finishing the last 3 episodes that we had, I wasn't in a rush because I knew it was gonna drag. Even finishing it the other day, babe, we were like, yo, we got one more episode left. Like, can we do it? Like, we were struggling through it because we were like, yo, I can't take it.
I got you.
I think, some of the things that were presented to us, it was like, oh, yeah, this is cool. But like we said, it's just like it took so long to get there. You're just like less surprised and less like excited about it. So like, that's all. Like,
that's fair.
You almost get conditioned to like how a show is playing you. Like, I'm not going to get this information, or like it doesn't really matter. So you're just like, for me, I'm just like I said, I just get disinterested because it's like, man, like you're not going to tell me. If you ain't told me by this point, you're not going to tell me anything. The black guy that they got working, I don't know what his joint, bro, do get big. And he's just, that's
he
not
changed
good.
his shirt
You're
and
punished.
did a whole like retirement party for Bert.
Hey, that guy actually is a UT alum now. He came and spoke at the school recess. I saw they were like, oh, the star of Severance, or star gets loosely, but
Really?
starring in Severance. He ain't the star of Severance, but yeah. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Listen, I'm glad y'all finally watched it, though. At least y'all finally watched it. So
we watched it, man. We said we would, bro. We said we would. It took us months.
Yeah. And I don't know when it's gonna come back. That haven't hurt my heart when I looked at it.
What's your rating? What's your rating, bro?
Ooh, but see, to me, sometimes, bro, like I also really like sci-fi genre. So this is like the sci-fi. So sometimes a premise alone can really kind of get me in there, man. Especially when it's not nothing different. And that's what I was saying with the Winning Time for me. Winning Time, there was no like, this is crazy. It was just really good, but it's like a different level. It's a different level for me. So it's up there, man. I would say at least a 9 for me, a strong 9, man. A strong 9 for me. It ain't a 10, no, because the still showed off slow, man. It ain't a 10. But the premise, I'm in it enough. It seems similar with Silo. Like I told you guys, when I saw just that, when I saw that, it's also an Apple show.
Remember you talking about the premise? Remember that show, the one we told you about on Netflix? Look at that one.
Yeah, but I was interested in that, and I would probably watch that as well. But sometimes we see some of these shows that have a cool premise. Can you sustain 3-4 seasons, 5 seasons? That's where things like that's where, to me, this has a lot of meat on the bone. That if you like give it like this, it can happen. And like with Silo, actually, I was telling you, I was really
if they do it.
And like
Silo was really good because I was hooked. Like first,
it did a dip in the middle there. I feel like the first few episodes was fire, then it did a dip though. The middle was a dip.
It definitely fell off. It fizzled out.
But like I told you guys, as soon as I saw the trailer, when it started off, like, we don't know how long we've been in the silo. We don't know why we in the silo. I said, I'm hooked, son. So to me, this is my genre. Just that alone, I'm like, okay, how long they been in there? Why are they in there? Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So I like shows like this in general. So that's why it's a higher rating for me. And that's why Winning Time, I'm giving it an 8.5. You know, it's still really, really good, but it's like, it just ain't quite for me. It's not my favorite type of show.
It's just not what you prefer to watch. Yeah.
But it's good.
I can rock with that. I can respect that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you like something, it's gonna be. It's like basketball in general. Like somebody like, why I don't really like basketball like that. So the pick the shots where they were playing basketball don't really do nothing for me. You can't really refute if somebody's not really into it.
Season 1, I feel like going back to Winning Time, I feel like they had more actual basketball stuff in season 2 as well. Like with the system, we're gonna do this joint, more to practice joints. Where in this one, it was like,
it was definitely and that's why I'm not really mad today if they even though it was a little rushed the season. I'm not really mad that they canceled. Like they wrapped it up. Like it could have been wrapped up better, cool. But essentially, if they played another season, it was going to be the same thing. Like
the same stuff. But that's the other thing too. Yeah, at a certain point, you got to figure out a way to like, because then a show could just get repetitive. And now it's not even about the winning as much. It's going to be like, is Magic going to be faithful to Cookie? Is Dr. Buzz going to get his act together? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is Genie going to finally get a chance? Well, that's more of a thing. That's more towards the storyline. But the other ones are going to be like, this ain't about the winning. It's about Magic and Cookie now. You know what I mean?
Right. So, yeah, it starts
that's what happens with shows if you go long enough. And that's what I'm saying. You got to have enough source material, or not even source material, enough like interesting things.
I'm always a fan of the limited series, man.
Sure.
You know, we talk about stuff like Death Note. Like, man, is like if you can get in and be done.
True. That's why
I'm cool.
Chernobyl to me, another what is it? Chernobyl on HBO. I got that one. I think I told you before. Not my favorite show at all time, but it's like a 10 out of 10 for me. Probably the best show I've ever seen. But it's only like 5-6 episodes. So
I remember you telling me about that.
One and done. So that's it, man.
That was crazy. I told you we had a crazy episode, huh? I guess we made up for lost time.
Man. Yeah.
Go ahead, man. We said we had a lot, but I didn't think it was gonna be this much of a lot.
Yeah, but listen, that's the whole Severance week. I think I was talking about Severance mostly by myself, man. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. We got to finally have a back and forth about it. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What else is out there, man? Like I don't know what else you watching just for the people.
Oh, currently, yeah, a couple shows I'm watching currently, man. If you guys want to see some TV shows, there's a show called Top Boy. The final season just aired. It's on Netflix, so the whole thing came out at once. So that's a good show to watch if you like crime or gang type shows. There's another show on Apple TV called Foundation. I want to say it's on Apple TV. Season 2 is better than season 1 to me. The premise of it almost had like a Game of Thrones-ish feel. It was like these rulers you're looking at, but they're like over mad galaxies and stuff like that, and they're trying to keep their controls on a reign, and you have some sci-fi. Season 2 is better than season 1. That just ended last week, actually. Let me see, what else am I watching? That's it, man. I know one thing too you need to watch is Chernobyl, man. I'm not Chernobyl, sorry, Oppenheimer. I don't think it's out yet on DVD yet, but when you watch that joint, bro, I think I told you when I watched it the second time, it went up even higher, bro. I was like, bro, this joint is crazy, son. It's crazy.
I want to watch it, man. I really do, man. I don't know. I might have to watch it. I don't know if Ashley gonna be down to watch it. She says she down to watch it. I was like, man, that 3 hours is gonna be
3 hours, man.
Ooh, y'all know how I am. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, 3 hours. So I think the thing that helped with us, we watched it in the theater because I don't know if you're a significant other like mine. Sometimes I'll be locked in for shows too. That's the other thing. I'll be locked in, man. Like I don't be on my phone. I'll be locked in the sense. So to me, I like it depends. It does depend. If it's something I want to watch though, if I'm watching it, I'm usually locked in. So I think that would help the show because I think it helps kind of like to suck you in there, and then it like feels more whenever things happen. It feels more weight to it than if you like pause it, go get popcorn, start watching it again the next day. Like you just messed up the flow and the pacing a little bit of the joint. You know what I mean? So you guys need to set aside the 3 hours, and I think the fact that we watched it in theaters was good. But I will watch it, man. Matter of fact, if I come up there sometime, I'd rewatch it again, yo. I'd rewatch it again.
All right.
Yeah, I'll rewatch it.
I got it on my list of stuff to watch, man. I don't have a whole lot of stuff going on or shows at this moment.
You mentioned the writer's block too. That could be the writer's strike. That could be slowing down some stuff going forward because even it said that Severance was in production. They were in production shooting and they had to stop. So
yeah. I heard, because even like House of the Dragons, they said it might be back early 2024. Did you hear about they were going to do another spinoff? Snow.
Oh, for Snowfall, you said?
No, Snow. Eric, Jon Snow.
Oh, give him his own droid. I will watch him. He's a cool character. I will watch him.
I think they said that might come out at the end of this year. Honestly, I don't know if that was real. You know how you see these things and they be like, "Oh, it's coming." You be like, bro, that's not even a real official joint.
I know it is supposed to come out this year though. Invincible. I'm super happy about that though. So that's coming out.
That's gonna be good.
You still need to watch a little Adam. That one episode was pretty good, bro. It's strong.
Only reason I haven't really put it high on my list of things is just because it's like, man, it's probably just gonna make me want to watch the show.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make you want some more, bro. But
so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, if it's coming out, I could kind of push it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of unrelated though, low key. Like, it's kind of unrelated. It's not really like it's like her origin story almost. That's what it is. It's Adam Eve's origin story, which I wasn't even interested in watching it. But then when I started watching it, I was like, oh no, this is dope.
No, the show good, bro. The Invincible is real good, real good, real good. Yeah. 10 out of 10 show. Like that season 1 was crazy.
I agree. So that's something me and Leland agree on. Yeah, that one's up there, man. That one's up there.
I don't know. One of my friends put me on to that. And he was like, "Man, you should watch it."
I felt like it was me, dog. I was like, "Yo, Leland."
Nah.
Do you remember me calling you after and like once you finished watching it? I was like, "Yo, what you thought?" Then I could have sworn it was me, dog. I was telling everybody I knew about that drink.
I don't know. I feel like it wasn't, man. For some reason, I got my nose with a friend of mine who told me. I feel like that was him that told me because he was like,
man, I'm looking at the messages here. Man, I could have sworn it was me. So I was like, yo, Leland, let me see. I'm gonna type in Invincible here. Leland. Okay, I'll touch you this here.
That was a long time ago, bro.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is April 2021. I say I gotta hear it. But bro, started watching this show on Amazon called Invincible. I give four fire emojis, 9.5 out of 10 so far. Only 4 episodes been released. Must watch, all caps. Bro, that's I told you 4 episodes.
What did I say? What did I say?
All right, bet. Okay, we're asking about the match. Hold on. I think I was talking about the match. So you didn't really acknowledge it. See, you didn't even acknowledge this show, son.
Maybe we talked.
Right before that, you were talking about the match. That show, the match, which I watched, and I was like, okay, I watched that. But this joint here, I'm looking at it, man. I'm looking at it.
Maybe so. I thought it was somebody else. That
see, that's a strong recommendation. I'm looking. You see this joint here? Must watch. I told you,
bro. When was that, bro? When is the date on
this
that?
This is April 2021. I told you about it, and that was 4 episodes in, so that was releasing that certain week per week. But I was like, bro, this joint, if they keep going, 9.5 out of 10, that's fair.
You know what it is? You might be right. What I think, my friend I'm talking to, I think I put them onto it afterwards.
Okay.
I think we had an extensive conversation. He was like, "Man, I don't be watching no cartoons." And I'm like, "Bro, listen, dog. This
see that's it, bro. I got must watch in all caps. I might even say Severance like a must watch. It's like, bro, stop what you doing and stop the press.
Like it's good. It's good. It's real good. It's real good.
Yeah, man.
I would watch that season again. It's that good.
I might coming up into season 2. I might rewatch it, man.
I
might.
But yeah, man. Shoot. That's it, man.
Okay.
We always, guys, look, man, we appreciate you guys rocking with us this long, man. We did a little extra special episode just because we've been gone for a little bit.
That's true.
We always appreciate you guys, man. Like, subscribe, share, get in the comments. Let us know what you think. What shows y'all watching? Maybe we'll watch some of them too.
Yeah.
Just, thanks for being on the journey with us, man. We appreciate it, man. Y'all have a blessed week.
Peace. Yeah. I'm trying to think.